Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Afoma Omesi and I run the website Reading Middle Grade, which is dedicated to helping you find the best books for kids ages 8 to 14. Today I'm going to be talking about a beloved genre, even for the middle grade crowd, and this is the genre of mystery. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite mystery books for kids in grades 3 to 8. Hopefully this will help you find some wonderful choices for your middle grade mystery lover. Let's kick things off with a graphic novel called Detective Beans and the Mystery of the Missing Hat. This is an adorable graphic novel about Detective Beans, who is this cute kitten who doesn't want to be treated as cute. He wants to be scary, he wants to be clever, he wants to be a detective, but he finds himself with a mystery on his hands when his hat, his beloved hat, goes missing. How will he find this hat? He goes through his neighborhood, he talks to lots of new people, he finds lots of treats in his journey to discovering where his missing hat went. And the thing with younger middle grade novels is that sometimes for me they can be a little too tame, too low stakes, not suspenseful enough. This one is actually suspenseful while also being gentle enough for kids in that age range. So it's not going to be a boring book despite being really, really cute. It's going to have a bit of suspense and engagement for young readers to enjoy. I recommend this one for grade 3 and up. I think even some second graders will be able to enjoy this story. My next pick, also for third graders, if your kids don't love a graphic novel, this is a novel in prose. And something cool about this book is that it actually is illustrated. So this is Mystery on Magnolia Circle. This book is about two kids spending a boring summer together. Our main character, Ivy, originally had an exciting summer plan, but then she goes and she breaks her leg. Add to the fact that her best friend's dog has a terminal illness and might have to be put down by the end of the summer. Ivy's summer is not going according to plan. So she's there sitting glumly by the window until she sees what she thinks is a burglary going on in her neighborhood. Thus begins their sleuthing, trying to figure out what's going on, who's getting robbed, what does this have to do with a certain classmate that they're suddenly seeing in their neighborhood. I really enjoyed this mystery. I love the wonderful illustrations in this book. Again, this is a suspenseful mystery with lots of angles. It's going to appeal to kids who love pets, kids who love stories about friendships, kids who love a good mystery that isn't scary. None of these mysteries so far are actually scary. I will be sure to mention that if I talk about any particularly scary ones. But these are just like really cozy stories with enough suspense, but not so high stakes that you're going to be at the edge of your seat anxiously awaiting the outcome of the story. So this is fantastic for those young readers who are past chapter books, but not quite ready for full-blown middle grade literature. Moving on to the fourth grade, my next pick is Trouble at the Tangerine. Gillian McDunn is one of my favorite middle grade authors. She writes the coziest stories with plenty of heart, and this is no different. This is about a boy named Simon whose parents are actually influencers, social media influencers. So again, we have a kid with a broken extremity, a broken limb, and they moved into this new apartment building, and Simon really wants this place to be their forever home. He's tired of his travel influencer parents moving the family from state to state in their van and showcasing their van life. He just wants a place where he can put down his roots. So his plan is to convince them that this apartment complex is the best ever and that they have to stay here forever. Well, that becomes a problem when a burglary takes place in the apartment and one of the neighbors' prized heirloom necklaces goes missing. Now, with a new best friend or someone who's really trying to be his best friend, this girl who is really chatty and maybe has some secrets up her own sleeve, with this new best friend by his side, he's able to investigate the robbery or the burglary and find out who stole this necklace and maybe find a way to convince his parents to stick around for a long time. This is a cozy story, again, that is perfect for kids who love the Vanderbeek series, who love books by Gillian McDunn, who like stories about mystery, friendship, family, and big-hearted characters, especially if you're looking for middle grade books starring male characters. This is wonderful. I think fourth grade is a sweet spot for this book, but of course some third graders who are strong readers will also enjoy this. It's just about 256 pages long, and I think that's like a sweet length. My fifth grade pick is The Liar Society by Alyson Gerber. This is a very versatile middle grade book in the sense that I've seen it appeal to kids as young as 10 and as old as 14 and 15. It's just amazing. It's a mystery about this girl who, her name is Weather. She gains entrance into a private school in Boston. The school has a lore of a famed secret society called the Liar Society. And so a group of kids, including Weatherby and Jack, who are the two main characters, the story is told through both of their perspectives, they want to be part of the secret society and they think they're getting tapped in to join the society, but they actually get roped into discovering a huge conspiracy that includes their families, the school, and they have to decide what to do about this knowledge that they have. This is actually the first in a series, so if you have kids who love a good mystery series, this is a wonderful one to try. In April, we're actually having the author Alyson Gerber join us for a virtual author visit. So if you love Alyson Gerber, who's written some other cool sports books, sporty middle grade books like Braced, Focus, which is about a girl who has ADHD, and then Taking Up Space. Really wonderful books. If your kids love these stories, then definitely consider registering for our virtual author visit with Alyson Gerber. But The Liar Society is a wonderful mystery novel, highly engaging. I love that there's more than one narrator if you have kids who love stories with multiple narrators. This story took me somewhere else I was not expecting. It's about the environment, it's about family. There's so much happening in the story, and I think it has mature enough themes that it appeals to both upper elementary readers and upper middle schoolers. For 6th graders, I recommend A Perfect Mistake by Melanie Conklin. This is one of my favorite middle grade books. I love that it tackles so many important topics in a way that's really suspenseful, which is the key for a good mystery, and also very compelling. So it's all about Max. Max is very tall for his age. He's almost 6 feet tall despite being in middle school. He has ADHD and he has 2 best friends, but all of a sudden things have gone off the rails for them because they took a trip into the woods by themselves and one of his friends ended up in a coma. Max doesn't know what happened. His other friend won't share any information with him, and Max really wants to find out the truth behind what happened when the boys were in the woods. Melanie Conklin writes really moving stories with a lot of themes that affect young people today, and her stories are always really engaging and they always have a thread of mystery that runs through them. This is a fantastic pick for 6th graders. It talks about things like toxic masculinity, how boys can have real friendship, and what it means to really be a man. So if you love stories that tackle themes like that while also featuring an enrapturing mystery, this is a good one for you. My 7th grade pick is The Winterton Deception. This is also a middle grade mystery series, and the first book is actually called Final Word, and it's all about twin siblings who enter into a spelling bee contest. These 2 kids don't have a relationship with their father's side of the family, but when they hear that this wealthy family is setting up a spelling bee contest and there's a chance to win huge prize money that could change their lives and the life of their hardworking mother, they decide to sign up. But it turns out that there's more to this spelling bee contest, and there's a lot of family secrets. There's a lot of bad blood in the family, and they really have to stay alive while getting through this competition. This is a tamer option for kids who want to move right through to the inheritance games. It's good for those 6th graders or 7th graders who are not quite ready for YA, but really want something a little more edgy, a little longer. This has a higher page count and is more complex in terms of the plot. I love that it features twins, which is not something we see all the time in middle grade books. And I also love that there's a lot of nerdy stuff happening with the spelling bee. We see how they learn to spell different words. Kids also will get to expand their vocabulary with the words that I mentioned in this book, so that's a bonus point. My last pick is for 8th graders, and it's called This Is Our Story by Ashley Elston. This is a book about 5 boys in private school, teen boys, who go into the woods together, and by some accident or incident, one of them ends up dead. All 4 boys are sticking to the same story, which is that neither of them killed their friend, but their fingerprints are all over the murder weapon, and they are now, of course, awaiting trial. So this story is a great one for kids who love One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus and Promised Boys by Nick Brooks. So these 4 boys, wealthy boys, very privileged. Now, one of the boys is the narrator of the story. We don't know which one until the end. And the second narrator is a girl whose life intersects with the lives of 2 of the boys in the group. And we see how she's connected to them. Interestingly, she works at the DA's office. She's also a teen like they are, but we see how her access to the DA's office and her relationship with the boys plays out in the story, and I'm not going to give anything else away, but this was very suspenseful, and I think it could work for 7th or 8th graders who loved One of Us is Lying. I have so many more mystery book recommendations, like so many, on my blog, and I've actually categorized them by grade, so you can look through a whole list of options for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grades, as well as a whole dump of options for middle graders in general. I'm going to link all of those posts down below, and if you have any other questions about the mystery genre, any other questions about specific recommendations for mystery books, please leave them in the comments below. But yeah, these are some of my favorite mystery books for middle graders, and I would love to hear some of your favorites. Which of the mystery books mentioned have you read and loved, and which ones do you think I should read next? Leave them in the comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and feel free to share it with your network of friends who love or have kids who love middle grade books. I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.